Howdy folks, welcome back to Melanchthon Creek Farm. Looks a little different than it did a few weeks ago. We're out here today. I've been doing a little bit of tidying up over here in the melon patch and doing some trimming around the beds. And you can see that our green beans have done played out. We're going to be go ahead and getting all the dried beans off today. As we get closer, you can probably tell what's happened. We have got a bad infestation of cucumber beetles. And right there's one of them right there. You can see it right there. It's kind of like a ladybug, but it's not. Spots are laid out differently. And you can see this little fella right here is one of the nymphs. So it's getting to maturity. So I've got something for these beetles, but before we do that, we're going to go ahead and get off all that we can of the dried ones, and then we're going to get after these things. And you can see they are all over these beans, folks. This is the first time we've had this issue. Never had this problem before with cucumber beetles. All right, folks, today what I'm gonna be using is one of my favorite tools. One of my favorite toys for, I don't know, it's got a lot of good uses. I used it to burn my wood and prep it for my beds. I used it for killing weeds, and that's basically what it's for. But today we're gonna use it to exterminate the cucumber beetles, and I have got them all over these green beans. They're starting to get on to my pumpkins, and I've already been picking them off of them. I can see I've got a little pest damage on one of them, so I'm wanting to get rid of these as quickly and most efficiently as possible. So we're going to exterminate them with extreme prejudice. Folks, we've went all the way around the outside. We're going to come back in here on the inside, and let me just show you how bad of an infestation this is. You can just see them. All those little yellow dots all over the ground. We've got a lot of them, and I'm sure we didn't get them all, but the ones we didn't get, they probably got a pretty bad sunburn. But we're going to come back up underneath here and go down here on the ground around the bottom, see if we can't get a little bit more. All right, folks, well, we've got all of our beans burn up. We went back and done our cucumbers over here, and the green beans had trellised over here to the Malabar spinach, and they had got into it just a little bit. And I know we probably didn't get them all, and I can see a couple right there that we didn't get, but we put a hurting on them, I know that. Put a pretty good dent in them, and I don't know how much is gonna survive or not, but we're gonna keep a close eye on these. We may come back in and spray with some neem oil, but neem oil is a naturally occurring pesticide, and I don't mind using it. But we went through and got the ones off our pumpkins, hand-picked those off, done a little maintenance on them, checked them out. They're doing really good. Told you we've done a lot of maintenance out here, cutting this this grass back. I'm not sure if it was a benefit or not. Like I said, the watermelons that we did have this year, they was about football size last year, and then this year they look like basketballs kind of. So may have been because we had too much competition for the water out here with all the weeds, but I like that it did provide some shade and protection. We got one little one right there trying to still grow. Our cantaloupes over here still putting out, growing in the weeds there. I'm gonna do a little hand weeding here, making sure I don't disrupt those. An update on our cabbage. Well, something's got into it. An insect has eaten it before it really got developed, so we're doing some seed starting on it up at the greenhouse, and probably transplant it once it is big enough to put in the ground. And same thing happened with our zucchini. You know, it just really dried up and just died off. So not sure exactly what happened there. So we're doing some more seed starting on our zucchini as well. We got probably about a month and a half, a good month and a half for our first frost. So we got plenty of time for another crop of zucchini. Okra over here is still just struggling to grow. It's there, but it's just not real productive. We got some of those little nymph beetles there on those, so we'll have to come in here and do a little spraying on those. And over here where we planted our broccoli, well, broccoli takes forever. I knew that. I should have done some seed starting in the greenhouse before I brought them out here, but we'll see if it'll come up. If not, we may try to do another seed starting on it before it gets too late. I appreciate you joining us here at Melanchthon Creek Farm today, as we've been doing a little bit of maintenance here in the garden, getting ready for our fall crops to start coming in, and doing some cleanup from our spring garden and some pest control, getting rid of them nasty old cucumber beetles. Y'all stay tuned. We'll catch you on the next one. Y'all take care.